这一集呢是为什么我们要学人类学的美国篇，所以呢采访的也是美国人，他叫 Mackenzie， 他是我去年在剑桥读人类学的同学。然后 Mackenzie 非常有意思，是因为他一半是中国人，一半是美国人。他的爸爸呢是应该算是第2代的香港移民了吧，然后妈妈是美国人，所以他从小他的中学读的是就是 Chinese School， 所以他的中文水平属于就是中学的水平，英文对他来说还是他的第一语言，所以我们采访也是用的英文。我们的课程结束之后呢 ，Mackenzie 就回到了纽约，然后他现在在一个纽约的一家文化机构工作，叫做 City Law。这个机构呢成立于1986年，应该算是美国第一家就是致力于去推广 urban folklore 的这么一个机构，就是城市民俗学。然后他现在也是跟我一样隔离在家。在采访当中，我们会聊到怎么用人类学的角度去看疫情下的美国，所以说是一次很有意思的讨论。然后希望你们能够喜欢。
Oh my god, you look gorgeous!
I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just going like this.
You want to introduce yourself in Chinese?
Yeah, 大家好，我是Lena 的妹妹，我是 Mackenzie， 可以叫我安明。
That's it.
Okay. Thanks. Bye. 我现在住在纽约，可是因为 COVID 很可怕 ，I don't know 。现在我在妈妈的家。
去年呢 ，Mackenzie 跟我一起在剑桥读了这个社会人类学。Do you know how to say our
社会人类学呀
？Yeah. Oh my god.
啊，我可以讲中文。
You know how to say 人类学 Jesus.
人类学我真的很不错，很聪明的小孩儿。
Welcome to Lena's anthropology class.
Yeah.
The first question for you is, I didn't write in our outline, but a very easy one. What is anthropology?
Yeah, I would say the super simple pared down version without getting into too much jargon is anthropology is the study of humanity, of humans, and of like human behavior.
Some of the optional questions,
Mhm.
anything like you want to answer, for instance, what's the biggest misunderstanding of anthropology? Who is your favorite anthropologist? Or any book you highly recommend?
So biggest misconception about anthropology is that it's the study of evolution, which it can be if you're doing biological anthropology, or that it's like just the study of other cultures. So anthropology is the study of, in my view, how we make culture. At the end of the day, it's about humanity, and you can study like your own culture. You know, you don't have to go to like the far reaches of the world and be like, I'm studying how this, like study your own, study what you know. That's sometimes great. The hardest part about anthropology is unlearning things that you've learned to take for granted.
God, that's a great word.
So anthropology is a lot of unlearning. Basically anything that's a default, ask why that is. And then that's like the biggest takeaway I got from anthropology. Like if you're like, oh, that's just the truth. You're like, well, why do I think that?
Yeah.
Like, you look at that. Yeah.
For young people, like we are also young people. I'm talking about younger people.
Yeah.
Who want to study anthropology, what would you say to them?
To someone who wants to study anthropology, I would say don't be afraid of the confusion. If you're doing that, if you're learning anthropology in a way that like you and I did, where you learn about like how anthropologists have studied anthropology for a long time, it can be daunting. Know that you don't have to do it that way, and also know that there are many, many other ways of doing anthropology. So don't fret. It's not just a bunch of like dead white guys who are mustached and like a little patronizing. Like it's not just that.
And you're
so, yeah.
an anthropologist? That's all great answers, by the way.
Lena Wen is my favorite anthropologist.
Yeah, one of the greatest Chinese.
One of the greatest ever live. But my favorite anthropologist is Zora Neale Hurston, who's the reason I like got into it in the first place. She was in the Harlem Renaissance. She's American, a Black woman. Because she was a Black woman at a time of like so much racism. I mean, there's always a lot of racism, but she wasn't allowed to take much equipment for like recording and stuff. So when she went to like Florida and the Caribbean to learn dialect and songs, she didn't have recording equipment. So she learned the songs in the dialect herself and then went back and was like, here's how the song goes, and like did it exactly how she learned it.
Very hardcore.
Damn, she's amazing. Yeah. So a book I recommend that's like, if you want to see her little process, is Barracoon, the most recent one of hers that was published after she died, obviously.
What else? Yeah, I think that's almost everything. I'm thinking, shall we end our interview by singing something together?
Sing a little choir like a 这些年
一个人
风也过，雨也走，有过泪，有过像一起走，那些日子不再有一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒，干杯！
干杯！Cheers! Cheers!